We live in an invisible jungle of communication. Down there, 10 million people could be talking to each other at any one time. Their voices travelling at the speed of light are going over you, under you, and sometimes right through the middle of you. And all that because of the telephone. It is astonishing to think that if I really wanted to and had the right numbers, within moments I could be talking by telephone to pretty well anyone on just about any part of the planet.
It's quite absurd.
Today we take this communication on demand very much for granted. For most people, the thought of being without one's telephone is worse than the thought of being without one's trousers. But the story of how we got the phone and came to be so reliant on it is a story of skullduggery, death, electrocution, and enormous personal sacrifice. The high-tech dream of getting messages to fly through the air has not come easily.
The idea for the telephone may have begun with a prediction by Francis Bacon in 1627. Over the next 2 centuries, many learned men, now mostly unknown to the general public, independently or building on others' ideas, developed scientific breakthroughs which eventually led to the telephone. The word telephone is derived from the Greek words tele, or far away, and phone, or voice. Although Alexander Graham Bell is given credit, there will always be some debate as to who actually invented the first real telephone. It is known that on June 2, 1875, Bell transmitted the sound of his assistant, Thomas A. Watson, plucking a tuned spring.
It was like nothing ever heard before.
And that on February 14, 1876, he filed the first telephone patent, U.S. number 174,465, which has been called the most valuable patent ever issued. Bell's filing came only hours before his main competitor, Elisha Gray, filed a notice of invention for a telephone. Later, Western Electric, co-founded by Gray, would become one of Bell's major competitors. Bell was not yet 30 years old when on March 10, 1876, he became the first to succeed in transmitting speech when he spoke the immortal words,
"Mr. Watson, come here. I want you."
Almost 1 year later, on January 30th, 1877, Bell filed another patent for an electrodynamic transmitter-receiver telephone. Bell's first telephone, built by Watson, looked odd and acted strangely and was also highly impractical as it incorporated a wire floating in an acid-filled cup. Bell soon improved his design by using an electromagnetic transmitter, a metal diaphragm, and a permanent magnet.
Hello?
A true telephone had been invented, one which would eventually evolve into the myriad of versions used in the 21st century.
You mark my words, dear. The time will come when we will all use it.
Even though it's only been around for 100 years, the telephone and its culture is undergoing constant reinvention. 20 years ago, when we were beginning to think we'd got it sussed, the phone turned into something rather unexpected.
I've got my cellular radio phone here. That's it. You see, no cables attached at all, completely portable.
The mobile phone had arrived.
Attention.
The road to mobile media revolution started at the beginning of the 20th century.
Attention.
Mobile has turned the world into a global information hub and has opened radical new business opportunities.
Attention.
Mobile phone is like the garden fence. It's almost like you're carrying your social support network in your pocket. It's a lifeline, it's a connection to your social world.
There's a mobile movement going on. The rise of smartphones is creating smarter consumers, creating more opportunity for smarter marketing. Smartphones are always on, always with us, and always connected. In 1 week, we've browsed the internet, used a search engine, watched a video, and connected with our friends, all on our smartphones. But that's info you might already know. Here's some you might not. We're using smartphones almost everywhere, even while consuming other media. Smartphones have become such an important part of our lives that many of us would give up high heels, cable TV, even chocolate, just to keep using them. They're becoming important to our shopping habits too. Smartphones have become the ultimate shopping companion, transforming us into more savvy consumers. In fact, finding local information is one of the most popular smartphone activities. We're using our phones to find everything from the nearest pizza place, to movie showtimes, to finding the nearest store that carries the item we're looking for. Today we use smartphones to stay connected, to keep us entertained, to search for information on the go, and to make us smarter shoppers.
I'm Michio Kaku. The future of collaboration will be to break down the separation of space and time. You'll be able to collaborate with anyone on the planet. When you make contact with people, it increases your power, your range, the influence of your ideas. It increases the power of who you are. In fact, it defines who you are.
The relationship revolution, enabled by technologies like video and others, will be able to create a level of productivity and innovation in our society that we can't even imagine.
No one of us is smarter than all of us. I try to imagine the future, and I'm trying to build that future.
The information revolution that we're part of is distinctive. It gives us the ability to connect with anyone, anywhere in the world, anytime, any day, and pretty much in any way we wish. That's a revolution. We don't know all the human connection that will come from this age. All we know is we're in the middle of something truly extraordinary.